Alcohol's a poison. Some people love the happy hour. Research shows that even moderate drinking can cause a short-term dip in testosterone. And if you are on testosterone therapy, drinking excessively isn't ideal either. The HPA axis, the brain, hypothalamus, and pituitary gland, needs stimulation to tell your testes to make testosterone. We've spoken about this in the past, and this is an area where porn overindulgence, again, this is quite a debated topic, and pornography in moderation, even if you use it to assist and you have self-pleasuring nightly or daily, it's not for us to question how much is too much, but if you find that it's sapping your energy in a way that's affecting your personal relationships, it's kind of overcoming your brain, flooding it with so much dopamine that you desensitize yourself where you don't even feel like doing anything but this activity, then that's probably unhealthy. If you're using it, your erotic juice is going a little bit, or even if you use your own imagination and you find you have a healthy libido, you're taking care of that on a regular basis, well, that's a good sign. It might not necessarily be a problem, but everything in moderation. Now, research has shown that men who do watch a lot, and it's hard to describe what a lot is. I mean, some people have claimed several times during the day, they may have the lower baseline of testosterone levels, which would be potentially excessive, porn adding to that, but it could be transient, and with taking time off, sometimes it recharges you so that your testosterone levels go a bit higher. But we have talked about it, we've got videos on the channel that we've mentioned that, and everything we normally talk about is trying to have some balance, right? We can't say for certain that this behavior all the time will permanently lower your testosterone levels, but it's probably a good practice. Again, everything in moderation. If you have a good libido, if to one guy daily is fine, the next guy it might be too much. It's completely personal preference, but if it is all consuming you, then that's not ideal, and it can be sapping your energy. So what can you do about it? Just try to refocus your time and what's important, and like anything, too much of a good thing isn't so good and can take you down the wrong road, and you may want to redirect that energy towards things like relationships, face-to-face time with partners and friends, channel it into fitness and hobbies, because if you've got such an obsession with porn, it may be taking you away from the other healthier activities that you may need to thrive. So anyway, you want to keep your goal to keep your brain, your hormones as sensitive as possible to stimuli without overindulging in it. And that's to be said for anything, not just porn or sexual desire. You just want to keep a good balance there. Okay, habit number 6, excessive alcohol and booze blues. Now, I personally don't drink much these days. I never really was a big drinker, though I've had my moments of binge drinking. Some people love the happy hour. Every night might be fun. Some people used to call it wine o'clock. What time is it though? It's 1 o'clock. But heavy drinking is a surefire way to sink your testosterone levels. Alcohol's a poison. I mean, especially in excess. It disrupts the glands and cells that regulate testosterone production. And in plain English, your brain and testes stop communicating properly. Research shows that even moderate drinking can cause a short-term dip in testosterone. And one study found levels drop within 30 minutes of an alcoholic drink. Chronic heavy drinking, say exceeding greater than 15 drinks a week, for men in particular, it really does cause damage. It can impair the Leydig cells, the testosterone factories in your testes that make the testosterone, and this could lead to a persistently low testosterone. Now, many heavy drinkers experience reduced libido, erectile dysfunction, and mood swings, and of course a loss in muscle, and this is largely thanks to suppressed testosterone and potentially an elevation in cortisol. Essentially, too much booze tells your body to put reproductive tasks on the back burner. So what's the solution? What can you do? Well, you don't have to go teetotal. I, for the most part, do, but you don't have to follow my example. But I find it's not worth, especially as I get older, how I feel the next day, even for moderate drinking for me. But everyone is different, and if you drink smart and in moderation, stick to the recommended limits, and for men, that's no more than really 2 drinks per day. To me, that's a lot, but everyone's got their own threshold. You may want to opt for drinks that have less sugar in them, so maybe not such sweet cocktails. But again, that could lead to weight gain, which isn't going to be great for your metabolic health or your insulin sensitivity. What can you do if you do have a bit much? I mean, you can hit the gym, meet friends for a hike, or do other sports or other hobbies instead of meeting at the pub. Maybe by cutting back on alcohol intake, your testosterone levels can recover and you'll start sleeping better. Because if you have too many alcoholic drinks, how many of you gone to bed thinking, okay, I'm going to pass out, but you just wake up later? You don't get restful sleep when you've been drinking. So it's all about the habits that you form now and how you can improve your testosterone levels, especially if you're not on testosterone therapy. And if you are on testosterone therapy, drinking excessively isn't ideal either, because again, it may tax your body too much, and because you'll have higher levels of testosterone, you may shift the balance into more cortisol and potentially be more damaging. And again, who doesn't want to feel mentally sharp? And again, it's all about balance. Enjoy the good times, but don't let nightly drinks drain your manhood. Okay, habit number 7, a sedentary lifestyle. So if your daily routine involves going from your office, sitting down, and then going from there to your car where you're sitting, then going home to your sofa where you're sitting, this isn't great. It's being sedentary. It's a silent killer, really. A silent testosterone sucker as well. I mean, lack of physical activity often leads to weight gain, higher stress. You know, we've already seen the enemies are of testosterone, and this is one more that we should be observant of. You know, being a sloth is not an ideal lifestyle. Being on the sofa whilst for a few hours isn't too bad. Getting activity, moving around is very important for your quality of life. So the HPA axis, the brain, hypothalamus, and pituitary gland, needs stimulation to tell your testes to make testosterone. Regular exercise, even walking, helps stimulate this process. If you're inactive as a man, you may miss out on that hormonal trigger. In fact, studies find that men who don't exercise or who sit for most of the day are likely to have lower testosterone levels, a lower metabolic rate, and a decrease in insulin sensitivity. So that's like heading towards diabetes. So setting the stage for healthy habits can really help. But if you don't, if you're sitting around all the time, you're going to create a vicious cycle of fatigue and low testosterone. So what to do? Get moving. Your testosterone and your manhood will thank you. Aim for a mix of strength training, cardio training as well each week. In fact, I like to go for walks. I try to make sure I get my 1,000 calories burnt, 10,000 steps at least, in addition to weight training and cardio. 3 to 4 times a week, maybe 5. It's a fantastic way for boosting your testosterone naturally, but even if you're on testosterone therapy like myself, these are all very important things to focus on. So some people do squats, press-ups, push-ups, deadlifts. These are compound movements that will prompt your body to make more testosterone. You can combine that with aerobic exercise or even a brisk walk in the park or wherever you like to walk. All helps improve your heart health, your brain health. It helps keep your body fat in check. In fact, sometimes it's recommended if you go for a walk after a meal rather than just sitting on the sofa. That can also help. So and that's what I try to do. I try to break up long periods of sitting. If I'm sitting at my desk, I try to stand or stretch or go for a walk. Just even for a few minutes every hour can help. I know some people go as far as having treadmills under their desk where they can walk and work, but that can be quite disturbing, or it makes it difficult to focus. But again, just quick standing over time will help. So over time, by doing these healthy habits, you should hopefully ramp up your testosterone production. If you are not on testosterone, if you are on testosterone therapy, these are still healthy habits to practice for just general health and well-being. So basically, remember, motion, the movement, always got to be moving, helps drive your body into an energized state and a high testosterone you. So now you know the everyday habits that could be draining your testosterone, and more importantly, how to break those bad habits. Power is in your hands. Imagine waking up refreshed from a solid 8 hours of sleep, fueling your body with nutritious foods, handling stress with ease, and feeling energized both at work and in the gym and at home. By cutting out the testosterone killing habits and adopting the solutions that we discuss, you can naturally boost your testosterone levels and reclaim the edge in your life. And if you're already on testosterone treatment, they're not bad habits either to avoid, to enhancing the quality of your life as well. Now, many men start to feel the difference within weeks: more energy, stronger workouts, improved mood, and a rekindled drive in many areas of their life. So here's your action plan. Get your testosterone levels tested. Knowledge is power. You can't improve what you can't measure. Now, whether through your doctor or an at-home kit, find out where you stand. If you are on the low side of testosterone, don't panic. Try to use the tips from this video to start making positive changes and track your progress. Also consider reaching out to a health professional, or why not consider BMH, Balance by Hormones. We're all about optimizing hormones in men and women, and we can help guide you through with personalized strategies to get your levels back on track. You can talk to a doctor to find out what the best option is for you. So remember, there are medical treatments out there. Natural optimization is always a good start, but sometimes that's not enough. And if you are on testosterone treatment, a healthy lifestyle can also enhance your testosterone treatment, not just for those who are looking to boost it. And consider Balance by Hormones as a great partner in this journey, helping you fine-tune your approach to feeling like your best self again. So your testosterone is a cornerstone of your vitality, and don't let bad habits take that away. Take this as a wake-up call and an opportunity. Starting today, ditch the tea-destroying habits and adopt the healthier alternatives that we've covered. Your future self being more vibrant, more confident, and stronger. That future self will thank you. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who needs this info. Subscribe for more content on optimizing your health and performance, and drop a comment which habits you're committing to changing first. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see you thrive. And remember, true change starts with a single step. Get tested, get optimized, and reclaim your vitality naturally. And here's to higher testosterone or optimal testosterone and optimal quality of life.